In the early morning hours on a beach in Galilee, Jesus asked his disciples to cast their nets on the right side. And the disciples found that their empty nets were full of fishes. The Christ showed them what they had all along. Sometimes people come to us because they feel their net is empty. At Fern Lodge, we show them why their net is full. Mrs. Eddy, in her published writings, says that conscious worth satisfies the hungry heart, and nothing else can. Nothing else can. That's why at Fern Lodge, we're constantly reminding each other of our worth.
Fern Lodge is one of many places where people can receive care from trained Christian Science nurses. One of the things that I have learned in a number of years of Christian Science nursing is that nursing is about healing, and it shouldn't be viewed as a failure to have to ask for care. It's part of Mrs. Eddy's revelation of church. In the chapter on Christian Science practice in Science and Health, Mrs. Eddy writes, "The tender word and Christian encouragement of an invalid, pitiful patience with his fears, and the removal of them are better than hecatombs of gushing theories, stereotyped borrowed speeches, and the doling of arguments, which are but so many parodies on legitimate Christian Science, aflame with divine love." Christian Science nursing is not a gray area where material methods somehow meet spiritual methods, or vice versa. It's about a willingness to be loved, a willingness to turn wholeheartedly to spiritual means instead of material means. And it's about bearing witness to what God knows and loves about you.
The Christian Science nurse doesn't take away from the role of a Christian Science practitioner who prays for the recovery of the sick, but assists the practitioner and the patient in the healing process.
The nurse is present in the sick room to demonstrate love and to ensure that the mental atmosphere in the room is one that promotes healing and peace.
Fern Lodge is here to provide a calm refuge for those seeking healing. At Fern Lodge, we want to make sure that finances are not an obstacle.
Many of the patients who come to Fern Lodge for Christian Science nursing have a need for financial assistance. In the church manual, in the chapter Discipline Guidance of Members, Mary Baker Eddy included the following statement: "A Christian Scientist is a humanitarian. He is benevolent, forgiving, long-suffering, and seeks to overcome evil with good." A Christian Scientist is benevolent. When we remember the limitless gifts God gives to His children, we realize that our nature is to reflect God by giving to our fellow man. It's with gratitude to God for His unfailing provision for each of His children that we gladly accept guests who lack funds to pay for their care. We trust that each day the needed resources will come from community members, from individuals, foundations, branch churches, and Christian Science Students Association.
Christian Science nursing care at Fern Lodge may be partially paid by Medicare and Medi-Cal if the qualifications for those programs are met.
While we participate in these government funding programs, we pray to be free from any influence that might interfere with full reliance on Christ. Our trust is in God, divine love, who meets every human need.
In order to provide our patients with loving and skilled Christian Science nursing care, Fern Lodge has an accredited Christian Science nursing education program.
The Fern Lodge training program includes classroom discussions on Christian Science nursing subjects, the demonstration and practice of skills, then refining these skills on the nursing floor under the supervision of a qualified instructor. Our small class size promotes individualized attention and resembles a homeschooling model. Students may advance at their own pace. Financial assistance may be provided by the Albert Baker Fund. We offer Christian Science nursing and care workshops for Christian Scientists in branch churches, and we also have held Christian Science nursing classes in individuals' homes.
At Fern Lodge, we recognize a fuller sense of Christian brotherhood and sisterhood. The people who come to us are our family, and they're treated like family.
Like family, each patient is treated as an individual. A wide range of nursing is available, from patients who have simple mobility needs to those who require specialized care. As long as a patient is willing to rely entirely on Christian Science care, we are happy to work with a patient until the healing is complete. But the whole time a nurse works with a patient, she is expecting the patient's healing and encouraging them to seek the solution in Christian Science.
Most patients at Fern Lodge require some financial assistance. While we currently do not have significant investments to draw on for this assistance, we have just established a benevolence fund with a modest initial investment that will help supplement the payments we receive for our services. Income from the fund will help enable us to continue our benevolent policies. We deeply appreciate your donations to help grow our benevolence fund. Your gift will continue to provide financial assistance for years to come.
At the morning meal, Jesus showed his family of disciples that their nets were full. And under his guidance, they found that working together, they could draw the fish to shore. Christian Science nursing is about coming together in the name of Christ to see the outcome of the truth that makes man free. Christian Science nursing reminds us of our true worth. Our nets are already full.
We welcome your questions about Fern Lodge and Christian Science nursing. Please contact us by phone or email to learn more about the Benevolence Fund, the services we offer, or our current availability.